My dear ICSE students, let's continue. Act 3, Scene 2. We begin with Antony's speech. I have told you to learn the earlier speech, Friends, Romans, Countrymen wala. We begin with his next speech. Okay, after now he's trying to consolidate his position. But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the whole world. That means yesterday, Caesar's word was so strong that his word was the law. That is the last word. Okay, now lies he there. And none so poor to do him reverence. None so poor means no one is humble enough to give him the respect that is due to him. O masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong. So now, O masters over here means he's talking to the people of Rome, the citizens who have gathered over there, and he's telling them that if I had done if I had the capacity, if I had the ability, then I would have stirred your hearts into a mutiny. I would have made you revolt. Okay, but in those circumstances, I would be wronging Brutus and I would be wronging Cassius. So I will not do, who you all know are honorable men. So I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead. I choose to wrong myself. Wrong myself means I choose to be unjust to myself and you, then I will wrong such honorable men. So again, he is being sarcastic about the honorable men. Now, if you see over here, where in the first line he says, on this page, the first line over here, line number 122, where he says, none so poor to do him reverence, means he's trying to say that no one is there, no one is that humble enough to give respect to Caesar, to give that much amount of respect to Caesar, the amount which is due to him. And why you are not willing to do that? Because Caesar is dead. Because Caesar will not be able to give you any favors. That is why you don't want to respect him. Okay. So you don't want to honor him because now he is dead and he cannot give you any favors. So that is the reason. That is what he is trying to say. Okay, so that is the one point that I wanted to tell you. So we'll continue. Line number 130. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. So a parchment means a document. He comes out with a document and he says, I have got this parchment in my hand with the seal of Caesar. Caesar has put his seal on that. And I found it in his closet. That means in his private room. I found this letter. I found this parchment. It is his will. You know what's a will, no? A will is a legal document which a person makes while he is alive to tell what should be done with his property and who should be the people who can inherit his property, his shares, his money, his house and all that after his death. So it's a legal document. Okay, this is WILL, that is will, the legal document we are talking about. Not I will come, it is the will. Now this word will also, no, really students, is really very funny. Like when you say, I mean it has so many connotations if you see. One is will, I will come. The other is will, a legal document. Then the other is, don't you have the will to do it? Means don't you have the interest of doing a particular thing? Just see, one word can be used in so many different ways depending on the context on which we are using it. Just see. So he is saying, let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. And they would go and kiss Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Now see, Mark Antony is so, he's such a good orator and such a good reader of the emotions of people. He doesn't want to, as if play his cards till unless and until he is very sure about which way the mob is going to sway, which way, whether he is able to sway the mob to his side or not, he doesn't want to open his cards. So he is saying over here that I have got his testament, but I am not going to read it to you. Why I'm not going to read it to you? Because if I read it to you, you will go and you will kiss Caesar, you will kiss his wounds, you will start crying. So I have no intentions of reading it. And dip the napkins in his sacred blood. Yeah, beg a hair of him for memory. And dying, mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue. So he's saying once you come to know what is there in that will, all these things is what you are going to do. So with this speech, he has already changed the minds of the people, and now he is consolidating his position, and now he is telling them that he does it so tactfully that he changes the hostility towards Caesar into one where not only sympathy for Caesar, he is arousing their curiosity. See, here he is playing on their curiosity. Look how Antony plays on the emotions of the people. He is now coming to a point where he is, apart from getting sympathy, he has already got sympathy for Caesar. Now he is arousing their curiosity. And what is the curiosity is arousing? What is in the will? Let us know what is there in the testament. We want to hear. He's saying, I'm not going to read it. So he knows that the people are going to say, we want to hear the will, we want to hear the testament. So he is now playing on their curiosity. And after he reads the will, so when he will read this testament, he knows that he is going to be able to arouse their greed. The greed that he says that you are becoming you are a legal heir, you have a rich legacy for you and for your children, which Caesar has left for you all. So he has aroused so many emotions in people. Sympathy, then he has aroused curiosity, he will also arouse their greed. Now after arousing so many emotions, obviously the crowd is going to be with him. So you mark this over here, okay, that first he has appealed to sympathy, then he has appealed to their curiosity, and then he appeals to their greed. 3 things he appeals to. 4th citizen, we'll hear the will, read it, Mark Antony. Citizens, the will, we will hear Caesar's will. Have patience, gentle friends, I must not read it. It is not meet, it is not proper. You know how Caesar loved you. It is not proper. Why is it not proper? Because you are not wood. Wood means inanimate objects. You are not wood. You are not stones. But you are men. Men with human feelings. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. Inflame you means it will instigate you. And it will make you mad. It is good you know not that you are his heirs. So very cleverly, he is suggesting to the people that you should rise up in revolt. You should perform a mutiny against the conspirators. For if you should, what would come of it? Means if you come to know that you are his legal heirs to the property of Caesar, then you will definitely rise in mutiny. Read the will. We'll hear it. Antony, you shall read us the will. Caesar's will. Antony, will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have overshot myself to tell you of it. Means I have gone further than I intended to. I should have not told you about the will. I have made a mistake. Why? Because I fear I wrong the honorable men. It is as if I am fearing that I have wronged the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it. 4th citizen, they were traitors, honorable men. Sit all the citizens together. The will, the testament. Second citizen, they were villains. They were murderers. The will, read the will. Mark Antony, you will compel me then to read the will? Okay, you are compelling me to read the will? Fine, I will read the will. What should you do? Now he has got the control of the crowd. So he tells them, make a ring, make a circle about the corpse of Caesar. What is he asking them to do? Make a circle around the corpse of Caesar. Okay, and let me show you him that made the will. So you make a circle around Caesar, and I will show you that person, means Caesar, who made this will. Shall I descend? Will you give me leave? So he is asking permission from the commoners. So as if he's putting them on a pedestal. He's saying, shall I descend? He does not say, shall I come down? Shall I descend? Look at the majestic use of words which Shakespeare has used. Like, it is not that, shall I come down? No. Shall I descend? Will you give me permission? Citizens, come down. Second citizen, descend. Third citizen, you shall have leave. Fourth citizen, a ring, stand around. First citizen, stand from the ears, stand from the body. Room for Antony, most noble Antony. Nay, press not so upon me, stand far off. Now Antony is very smart, he doesn't want the citizens very close to him. So he says, please stand a little far from me. Okay, so Antony. Now this speech is also very good. Okay, so you can mark it. If you have tears, see, Antony is very smart. I mean, he's not only a good orator, he's a good judge of human emotions. He knows that the people are very, very curious about the will. So he says, okay, I'll read the will to you. He tells them, make a circle around Caesar's body, and I'll show you that person, the person who made this will. I will show you that person who has made this will. And he tells them that I'll read the will. But when he comes down, when he descends, what does he say? Instead of reading the will, he again talks to the common people, and he tells them, if you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. And he picks up Caesar's mantle, means the cloak that he was wearing. You all know this mantle? I remember the first time Caesar ever put it on. So the first time that Caesar had worn that coat, I remember. And when was that? It was on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the Nervii. Who is the Nervii? It's given to you. See in your book. It's given. The warlike Gallic tribes whom Caesar conquered in 57 BC. Caesar fought bravely, and his victory was celebrated with great pomp in Rome. So he's saying it was the first time he wore this coat was when he overcame the Nervii. It was a summer's evening. Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. And see what a rent envious Casca has made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed him. So then he's showing them all the wounds one by one. This is where Cassius wounded him. This is where Casca wounded him. And then he's saying this wound. This is the wound where Brutus stabbed him. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, it was not swords, they had plucked him with daggers. So he's saying, and as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar ran out, as if to see that, oh, who is killing me? Who has stabbed me? It is Brutus's cut. Okay. Mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of the doors to be resolved, means to make sure. Resolved is to make sure if Brutus so unkindly, so cruelly knocked him or no. So it was as if Brutus stabbed him and Caesar's blood spurted forth behind that dagger when Brutus was taking the dagger out, to see whether it was Brutus's dagger that had killed him so cruelly. Okay. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. So here Mark Antony again plays on their emotions, and he says this was the most unkindest cut. He has made use of a double superlative. You know what is superlative, no? Your language you must be knowing. So superlative, first one is most, and then the second superlative is unkindest. Correct? So he has used two superlatives. Most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude, more than the strong traitor's arms, quite vanquished him, and then burst his mighty heart. So he's saying when he saw that it was Brutus who had stabbed him so cruelly, so unkindly, then he fell. Then he gave up his life, because those are the last words. Remember, he said, "A to brute, then fall Caesar." So he's saying, and in his mantle, means in that same coat, he muffling up his face, he covered up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood, and great Caesar fell. That was his last word. A to brute, then fall Caesar. And he's saying Caesar fell, because that was the most unkindest cut of all. Okay. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen. Now here the fall doesn't mean only Caesar falling down and dying. It means a fall of character. That means the character, somebody's character has fallen so low. So he's saying, oh my countrymen, what a fall it was. Then I and you and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason, means cruel treachery, flourished over us. And now you weep. I perceive you feel the dint of pity. Dint of pity means that little blow of pity is there in you. These are gracious drops, means I can see that you are going to shed tears. So he's saying they are gracious drops. Kind souls, what? Weep you when you but behold, as Caesar's vesture wounded. So when you have seen how Caesar's clothing has been wounded, you have started weeping. Look you here. Here is himself marred, means totally mutilated. His body, they had stabbed him so many times that his body was totally mutilated. You see, with the traitors. Okay, I hope you all have understood the speech. I have explained it in a lot of detail. If you haven't understood, rewind and watch it again. First citizen, oh piteous spectacle. Second citizen, oh noble Caesar. Third citizen, oh woeful day. Fourth citizen, oh traitors, villains. Oh most bloody sight. We will be revenged. Citizens, revenge, about, seek, burn, fire, kill, slay. Let not a single traitor live. Anybody who is a part of the conspirators. So now they are no longer the conspirators. They have become traitors. So he's saying kill all of them. Now Antony, stay countrymen, stay. So Antony is also like, he's saying, Hare, they don't even want to read the will. They are saying, okay, let's start. Now he knows, he has aroused the countrymen properly. Okay. So he's saying, stay countrymen, peace there. Hear the noble Antony. So the first citizen says that. Then the second citizen says, we'll hear him, we'll follow him, we'll die with him. Now just see this mob who was ready to who was ready to crown Brutus almost, and who was with the conspirators so much. Now this mob has been completely swayed. And what are they saying? That we'll follow him, we'll die with him. With whom? With Mark Antony. Antony, good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. He's saying, I don't mean to stir you into such a big revolt. Just wait. Don't be in such a hurry. They that have done this deed are honorables. They are honorable men who have killed him. And I don't want to create a mutiny. I don't want you all to revolt like this. They are honorable people. Okay. Then again he harps on that. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not. Private grief is personal grievances. So what are their personal grievances? I don't know. As if he is trying to say that they have personal grievances like envy, jealousy. So, and it is true, because Cassius was jealous of Caesar, and Cassius is the main conspirator. Brutus is noble, no doubt. But it is Cassius who convinced Casca. It is Cassius who convinced Brutus. Okay, so actually the main conspirator over here is Cassius. And Cassius is the person who is very jealous of Caesar. So he's saying what private griefs, means what personal grievances they have, I know not. That made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you. Means they will answer you. Because they are very wise and they have a lot of reasons, they'll give you answers. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator as Brutus is. Now this line, please underline, it's very ironical. The way he's saying, I am no orator as Brutus is. In fact, Mark Antony is a better orator. He is a greater orator than Brutus. But in front of the public, he's saying, I am no orator as Brutus is. So he's making Brutus even higher than him. But as you all know me, all, a plain, blunt man means I am not intelligent. I am blunt. That loved my friend. I just loved Caesar. That's it. And that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. So they know that I used to love Caesar, and that is why they gave me permission to talk to you. But that doesn't mean that I want to create a mutiny and I want you all to revolt against them, because they are all honorable people. I am not a great orator. Brutus is a great orator. I am not that honorable. The conspirators are more honorable. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech. Now this is all very ironical, because Antony actually has all this. He has all these qualities. He has a lot of wit. He is very good with words. He is very good with the power of speech. And he is very good in action. He is very good in all the, and his worth. He has a lot of merit. He is a Luperci. So you cannot say that he has no worth. He is the priest of the god of Lupercus. So how can you say that he has no worth? But he says, I don't have any worth. So it's all exactly the opposite. To stir men's blood. I only speak right on. Means I only speak directly. Whatever I want to say, I do directly. I speak. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. Means whatever I am telling you is what you already know. And show you sweet Caesar's wounds. Poor, dumb mouths. So the wounds of Caesar are compared to mouths. Earlier also we have seen where Antony's soliloquy, where he is saying that the wounds of Caesar are the dumb mouths, and they are as if telling me that you speak on our behalf because we cannot speak. I have done that with you in Act 3, Scene 1. Please go back and check. Okay. So, and bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, if I was Brutus and Brutus was Antony, means if the tables were turned, I was Brutus and Brutus was Antony, then there would have been an Antony who would have ruffled your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny. So indirectly he is telling them, rise and revolt against this injustice which has been done to Caesar. Citizens, we'll mutiny, we'll burn the house of Brutus. Away then, come, seek the conspirators. Yet hear me, countrymen, hear me speak. As if he's saying that I've still not spoken. He has spoken so much, he has given such a big speech, and he said, I have not spoken, wait, I'm going to speak. Peace ho, hear Antony, most noble Antony. Why, friends? You go to, do you know not what? Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your loves? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You have forgotten the will which I told you about. He's saying you have done everything. You are ready to rise up and revolt. But you have forgotten about that I was talking about Caesar's will, Caesar's testament, his legal document. I am going to speak to you about his legal document and what property he has left you. He has made you the legal heirs of what? I am going to tell you. Most true. The will. Let's stay and hear the will. Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal to every Roman. Sorry for that. I get a little excited when I'm teaching Shakespeare. It excites me a lot. Okay. So here is the will, and under Caesar's seal to every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man 75 drachmas. So he is saying that Caesar has given 75 drachmas to every single Roman. Drachmas was silver coin. It's given to you over there. Silver coin, you can add over there. Silver coin of ancient Greece. In ancient Greece, they used to deal in silver coins. So drachma is that. Most noble Caesar, we'll revenge his death. O royal Caesar, hear me with patience, peace, hope. Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors. Arbors are personal grooves. Walks are his gardens. New planted orchids on this side of Tiber, he hath left them to you, and to your heirs forever. So he has given all this to the public, to you and to your heirs, to everybody he has given this. Okay? And to your heirs forever, common pleasures, to walk abroad and to recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. Where comes such another? So he's saying this was a Caesar. Where is there ever going to be such another Caesar? Never, never. Come away, away. We'll burn his body in the holy place. Okay? The holy place here is the forum. Okay? Which was a place for religious and political life of Rome. It's given in your textbook. I've just read it out. And with the brands, fire the traitor's house. Take up the body. Go fetch the fire. Plug down the benches. Plug down the forms. Windows. Anything. Exeunt all the citizens with Caesar's body. Antony. Now let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou will. Mischief over here means cruelty and horror. So Antony is now satisfied that he has succeeded in what he wanted to do. He wanted to arouse the spirit in the citizens that Caesar has been wrongly killed and you should take revenge and not make heroes out of the conspirators. So he's saying, now let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Thou art afoot. Enter a season. Enter a servant. How now, fellow? Children, you have to forgive me if I make a few mistakes here and there because I really get excited when I'm teaching Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. So enter a servant. How now, fellow? Servant. Sir, Octavius is already come to Rome. Where is he? He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house. You remember Lepidus? I told you there were 3 people who formed the second triumvirate. Octavius Caesar, Mark Antony and Lepidus. So he and Lepidus are at Caesar's house. And thither will I straight to visit him. He comes upon a wish. Upon a wish means he has come just the way I had wished. What had he wished for? Remember, he had earlier told the servant that you don't go and bring them, don't bring Octavius immediately because I want to see the mood of the people. So he's saying I had already wished this and now this is the right time for him to enter. And in this, fortune is merry, means it's generous, and in this mood will give us anything. So fortune, the fates of fortune are ready. The goddesses of fortune are generous with us and we will get whatever we want. Antony. Servant. I heard him say, Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome. So it is as if Brutus and Cassius are out of the gates of Rome, like madmen. Probably, belike is probably, they had some notice of the people, how I have moved them. Come on, take me to Octavius, exeunt. So all of them leave. We come to an end of Act 3, Scene 2. So we have completed Act 3, Scene 2 today. And I wanted to tell you before we end this session that I want you all to remember that Shakespeare was not a historian. He was a dramatist. And so, as I had told you earlier, that to heighten the dramatic effect of his plays, even though he has used historical events, sometimes he has changed the order of events. And here we have one such example. What exactly happens is that he has departed from Roman history in the order of events. Brutus's speech was given on the day after the death of Caesar. So it was not given on the same day. It was given the next day. Similarly, Mark Antony's speech, it was given several days after Brutus's speech. But here, Shakespeare, just to heighten the dramatic effect, he has made one after the other. He has followed everybody in order. So please make a note of that, that in this scene, write down children, Shakespeare has departed from Roman history in the order of events. Brutus's speech was made the next morning after Caesar's death. I'll repeat the whole sentence in case you haven't got it. Shakespeare has departed from Roman history in the order of events. Brutus's speech was made the next morning after Caesar's death. Okay, it was made the next morning after Caesar's death. And Mark Antony's several days after. So Mark Antony's speech was made several days after that. According to Shakespeare in the play, the speeches were made on the same day. He has done this to heighten the dramatic effect of his play. Is that clear? Okay. So I have told you, with that we end over here. I'll just quickly go through my textbook and see if I've left out in giving you something from the beginning of Act 2. Yes, we have read this, that the power of verbal persuasion to achieve political power can be seen over here. And this is an important line. I want you all to underline this in the synopsis given. Brutus fails to win over the crowd because he appeals to their mind. Antony succeeds because he appeals to their heart. So that is the reason why Antony has succeeded and Brutus has failed. We have seen those 6 characteristics of Brutus's speech. And of course Antony's also. We know that Mark Antony appeal to the heart of the people, and therefore they get carried away with what he says, and he is able to sway all of them. So underline that line, and please learn that line when you're if you are writing an answer on Act 3 Scene 2, you can mention this line in your answers. Then you have the characteristics of Brutus's speech. I've given that to you. And I want you all to learn this by heart if you can. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I love Rome more. That is line number 22. It's line number 22. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. And had you rather write up to the word ambition in line number 30. You can learn this by heart. It will help you to give your answers. Then I have discussed with you the 3 questions that were asked by Brutus. That I have already made you mark, and I hope you have it with you. And then how Brutus convinces them by telling them that he is assuring the citizens that neither has Caesar's glory been underrated, nor have his faults been magnified. He's saying whatever we have done, we have just enrolled the correct thing in the Capitol. Okay. Then of course we come to this very famous speech, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury, please mark all that. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Up to, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault. And grievously had Caesar answered for it. You should know till here, okay? And then Mark Antony is giving 3 examples to prove that Caesar was not ambitious. So you have to have these 3 examples in your mind. Please learn them. All the 3 examples. And then, O judgment, thou art fled. I explained to you the meaning of that, but I forgot to tell you it is a figure of speech. Can you tell me which figure of speech is it? No, it is not personification simple. It is apostrophe. I have explained to you in my earlier class that this apostrophe literary device is different from the apostrophe that we use in language. This apostrophe means you are giving qualities, the qualities of a living being to something that is abstract or inanimate, and then you are addressing it. So then he is saying that, O judgment, thou art fled to the brutish beasts. Please mention that. I think I forgot to tell you that. So with that, we come to an end of this act. Of this scene. So Act 3, Scene 2, we stop over here. And please remember, children, that please work on your workbooks. Do whatever writing practice you can do, and whatever your school has suggested, whether anybody checks your answers or not, as long as you are able to practice writing, it is really very, very helpful, so that your speed increases when you write. And I'll see you very soon at the next module. And we'll continue with scene 3, which is a very short and small little scene, so I think that should not take very long to complete. So till then, this is Hemangi, your English facilitator for Shakespeare for ICSE Julius Caesar textbook, signing off for the day. Bye.